An award ceremony is always a moment to pause. At Westville Girls High School, it is not only a time to recognize achievement, but also an opportunity to reflect on what kind of achievement truly matters and why. Allow me briefly to elaborate. What I've chosen to do is to weave together the messages shared by Cesar and Taskeen with the thinking of someone whom I really admire, Sir Ken Robinson, whose work has shaped global conversations around education. In doing so, and now I absolutely know this, the voices of Karen, Shay, and Yanru resonate as well. At this event last year, some of you may recall that I spoke about two principles which I continue to believe will shape your success far beyond these classrooms: ownership and accountability. I explained that these are not abstract ideals, but habits of mind and character, and they remain at the heart of everything we celebrate today. Ownership, to remind you, is about taking charge of your journey, stepping into the driver's seat of your learning, your choices, and your efforts. Accountability is the commitment to follow through, to be honest about outcomes, to learn from mistakes, and to respond to challenges with integrity. And together, these principles do more than produce results. They shape who you become. This truth is echoed powerfully in the words of the two Westville Girls women who completed their schooling last year at the highest level. Taskeen reminds us that in a school with a proud 100% pass rate, her words, failure feels unthinkable. Yet beneath that pressure lies something deeper: the discipline, ambition, and resilience present in every student. Cesar speaks candidly about a journey that was, in her words, far from linear. There were setbacks along the way, but it was through these moments that she learned the value of consistency, responsibility, and perseverance. As she reminds us, academic success is not built in a single night of cramming, but through the daily ownership of learning. This is an important message for every learner here today. You may not always stand on this stage. You may not always rank first. But as Taskeen clearly states in her words, the willingness to improve, to show up and put in the work is an achievement in itself. Sir Ken Robinson describes this as the difference between forcing outcomes and cultivating growth. He argued that education should not be a one-size-fits-all system, but an environment in which diverse talents, curiosity, and creativity are allowed to flourish. Growth cannot be forced. It must be nurtured. At Westville, we strive to create those conditions through challenge and support, through high expectations matched with care, and through opportunities that enable each girl to discover how she learns best. Another strong thread running through all the voices is balance. Taskeen reminds us that achievement should never come at the expense of well-being. Knowing when to rest, when to reset, and when to step back from unhealthy environments is not a weakness. It is self-awareness. Cesar reinforces this through her leadership journey, which she describes as being rich in opportunity and responsibility, yet very demanding in terms of emotional honesty and resilience. Ownership, in my opinion, includes knowing yourself. Accountability includes responding wisely to pressure. But none of this happens in isolation. Both speakers speak movingly of the people who made their journeys possible. Teachers who created safe spaces for learning. Friends who provided belonging and laughter. And families whose sacrifices often go unseen. Sir Ken Robinson insisted that no education system can ever be better than its teachers, because teaching is not a delivery system, but a deeply human, creative, and relational profession. At Westwood Girls, this sense of community matters. It is what allows excellence to be sustained without losing compassion. So ultimately, all the voices point us beyond awards. Assessor speaks of striving to become hardworking, resilient, caring, and kind. Tuskeen urges you not to let pressure change you, but to let it refine you. Sir Ken Robinson reminds us that education exists not merely to produce results, but to awaken purpose, confidence, and creativity. That is why today matters. Not because marks define you, but because mindset, character, and effort shape the trajectory of your life. It is important that I thank all those who have played a role in your journey towards success throughout 2025 and beyond. Our school is exceptionally fortunate to benefit from the support of a highly effective governing body who gives selflessly of their time and expertise in the best interests of the school. Since becoming principal, I have been privileged to work alongside parent members who have consistently supported my leadership. Last year we bade farewell to Mr. Rashid Balam, our long-serving chairperson, whose daughter completed her schooling. And I once again extend my sincere thanks to him for his immense contribution. In particular, I wish to thank Mrs. Josephine Shetty, our current chairperson of the SGB, whose unwavering commitment and positive support across all aspects of school life are deeply valued. Thank you, Josephine, for all that you do and for your friendship. To our parents and guardians, thank you for supporting our efforts to provide a meaningful and enriching educational experience for your daughters and wards, and for encouraging them to strive towards excellence. We are acutely aware of the many sacrifices you make. I am equally grateful to our dedicated academic staff who consistently go the extra mile in developing the minds, bodies, and characters of our girls. You are a remarkable group of professionals, and I'm both proud and humbled to lead alongside you. To our unsung heroes, the support and administration staff, thank you for all that you do to ensure that the environment and systems of the school function at their very best. I also thank my management team who support me so ably in leading and managing the school. It would be entirely remiss of me not to make special mention of Ms. Ravina Singh, who retired at the end of last year as Deputy Principal after dedicating nearly half her teaching life to this school. While we thanked her at a special assembly last year, I wish to do so again today in front of our parents and guardian community. Ravina, your integrity, humility, and generosity of spirit are forever embedded in the fabric of this school. As I've said to you already, we feel your absence keen. Thank you for everything. As we conclude this awards ceremony, I remind you, dearest ladies, that high school will not last forever. I know some of you think so. But it does go away. One day, as it says, and she notes it so beautifully, you will look up and find the world, in her words, technicolor and unrecognizable. When that moment comes, my hope is that you will recognize yourselves, not only in what you have achieved, but in how you have chosen to live, learn, and lead. To those receiving awards, or who have received awards today, I really again congratulate you. To those who've done that and are still growing quietly, keep going. And to all our girls, whether here or not, take ownership of your journey, remain accountable to your values, and continue striving, not just for success, but for significance. Thank you everybody for sharing this occasion as a community, and I really wish you a safe journey home. Please could you stand for the school song. Thank you.
Ladies and guests, thank you very much. Please remain standing for the exit of the academic procession.